Chosen one. This moment did not find you by accident. There is a reason your spirit was pulled to this word, a reason your attention slowed down right now. Something has already been set in motion in the unseen, and heaven is aligning pieces that have been scattered for a long time. You are not entering a season of random effort or isolated striving. You are being positioned for a transfer that moves through assignment, not struggle. Chosen one. There is a person connected to your next financial phase, not by coincidence, not by chance. This individual carries access, insight, favor, or authority that you do not need to force, chase, or manipulate. Their role is not to save you, but to recognize you. And recognition only happens when alignment is complete. That is why your path has felt narrow. That is why certain doors closed instead of opening. Heaven was refining your position, not delaying your promise. Anointed one wealth transfer does not begin with money. It begins with placement, with timing, with divine introduction. God does not release resources into chaos. He assigns people to activate what He has already written. And right now you are closer than you think. Closer to the conversation, closer to the connection, closer to the moment when preparation meets encounter. Chosen one, listen carefully. This word is not about doing more. It is about discerning what is already approaching. Stay here. Your alignment is unfolding now. Chosen one. There is a reason your life has felt like it has been moving in slow, deliberate steps, while others seem to rush ahead. What you interpreted as delay was never punishment. It was precision. Heaven does not rush wealth into hands that have not been positioned to carry it without losing their soul. And that is why the path you have walked has been narrow, intentional, and often lonely. Not because you were forgotten, but because you were being guarded. Anointed one. Wealth transfer in the kingdom does not fall from the sky without structure. It flows through people. It moves through assignments. It is activated through recognition. Somewhere ahead of you is a person whose role is not to give you charity, but to unlock what has already been authorized over your life. This person does not appear randomly. They are drawn into your path only when your spirit, your discernment, and your posture are aligned with heaven's timing. That alignment is happening now. I need you to understand this clearly, chosen one. You were never meant to chase wealth. You were meant to become trustworthy enough for it to locate you. There were seasons where you felt hidden, overlooked, or underestimated. Seasons where you questioned whether your obedience was worth it, whether your restraint was costing you opportunities. I have walked through those same seasons. I remember moments when I could have forced doors open, partnered with the wrong people, or compromised my values for faster money. It looked smart on paper, but something in my spirit always resisted. Looking back now, I see it clearly. Those were not missed chances. Those were divine protections. Anointed one, heaven has been watching how you handle the little, how you respond when no one applauds, how you steward ideas that have not yet been funded, how you treat people who cannot advance you. These moments are not invisible. They are tests wrapped in ordinary days, and you passed more of them than you realize. That is why the assignment is shifting. That is why the atmosphere around your life feels different. You are not just praying for provision anymore. You are being positioned for partnership. There is a difference between money you hustle for and wealth that is transferred. Hustled money drains you. Transferred wealth strengthens you. Hustled money demands constant proving. Transferred wealth flows from trust and recognition. The person assigned to trigger your wealth transfer is not impressed by noise. They are moved by clarity, consistency, and character. They are looking for someone who knows who they are without needing validation. Someone who does not panic under pressure. Someone who can be elevated without becoming unstable. Heaven has been shaping you into that person quietly. Chosen one, let me speak from lived experience. The most significant financial shifts in my life did not come from grinding harder. They came from being seen at the right moment by the right person. Sometimes it was a conversation that lasted minutes. Sometimes it was an opportunity that looked small at first. But every time the pattern was the same. Preparation before introduction, alignment before acceleration. When I was not ready, the people never appeared. When I became ready, they came without striving. This is why certain relationships faded away. Not everyone can walk with you into the next phase. Some people were assigned to your survival season, not your elevation season. Letting them go was not betrayal, it was obedience. And obedience creates space. Space is where new connections are allowed to enter. Space is where divine alignment happens. Space is where the person assigned to your wealth transfer can recognize you without interference. Anointed one, do not underestimate how close you are. Proximity often feels quiet before it becomes obvious. Heaven rarely announces alignment in advance. It reveals it in real time. You may already be in rooms where you do not yet realize your value is being observed. You may already be demonstrating qualities that someone ahead of you has been praying to find. That is why your discernment must stay sharp. This is not the season to speak too quickly or move impulsively. It is the season to remain grounded, present, and spiritually attentive. Chosen one scripture teaches that promotion does not come from the east or the west, but from heaven itself. Heaven uses people as instruments, not sources. The person assigned to trigger your wealth transfer is not your provider. God is. They are simply the door. And doors open when timing and readiness meet. You cannot force this. You can only stay aligned with it. There were times when I thought if I just explained myself better, proved myself more, or worked harder, things would move faster. But heaven does not respond to desperation. It responds to alignment. The moment I stopped striving and started trusting, introductions began to happen naturally. Not because I withdrew, but because I rested in who I was becoming. That is the posture that attracts kingdom partnerships. Anointed one wealth transfer is not just about finances. It is about responsibility, influence, stewardship. That is why heaven is careful. That is why your journey has been intentional. You are not being elevated to consume. You are being elevated to build, to restore, to open paths for others. The person assigned to your wealth transfer recognizes this. They sense the weight you carry. They can tell you are not looking for shortcuts, but for sustainability. Chosen one, hear this clearly. You have not been delayed. You have been protected. You have not been overlooked. You have been refined. And you have not missed your moment. Your moment is approaching with precision. Stay surrendered. Stay humble. Stay alert. Heaven is arranging the meeting. Heaven is aligning the timing. Heaven is preparing both sides of the connection. Let your spirit rest here. Let the urgency settle into confidence, not anxiety. What is meant to find you will not miss you, and what is assigned to trigger your wealth transfer is already moving closer, even now. Chosen one. There is a truth many never realize until it is too late. Divine wealth does not respond to desperation. It responds to discernment. That is why heaven slowed you down when your mind wanted to run ahead. That is why certain opportunities that looked profitable never settled peacefully in your spirit. You were not being blocked. You were being trained to recognize the difference between a shortcut and an assignment. Anointed one. The person assigned to trigger your wealth transfer will not arrive in chaos. They will appear in clarity. Their presence will feel calm, not rushed. Grounded, not flashy. When this person enters your life, there will be no need to convince, impress, or perform. Recognition happens quietly. It is spirit speaking to spirit. And that is why heaven has been teaching you restraint. Not silence out of fear, but stillness out of wisdom. I remember a season when I believed momentum meant speed. I thought if I did not move fast, I would miss everything. But what I learned through failure and correction is this: speed without alignment creates loss. I watched people around me gain money quickly and lose it just as fast because they were never positioned to steward it. Their hands were open, but their foundations were cracked. Heaven spared you from that pattern. You may not have understood it at the time, but restraint was mercy. Chosen one. The assignment on your life requires a different level of maturity. Wealth transfer is not a reward for effort. It is a response to readiness. Heaven does not just release resources, it releases responsibility. And the person assigned to open that door must trust that you will not mishandle what flows through them. This is why character has mattered more than charisma in your journey. This is why you have been tested in ordinary places, not public stages. Anointed one, pay attention to what has been happening internally. Your reactions have changed. Things that once triggered you no longer control you. You have learned how to pause instead of panic, to listen instead of react, to walk away instead of argue. These shifts may seem small, but they are signals. They are evidence that your spirit has grown strong enough to carry weight without collapsing under it. There is a reason heaven allows you to be misunderstood. When everyone understands you, they also feel entitled to access you. But when your path is quiet, only those assigned to your future can recognize you. Not everyone deserves proximity to your next level, and the person assigned to your wealth transfer will not be confused by your quiet seasons. They will be drawn to them. They will see depth where others saw delay. Chosen one, do not be surprised if this person appears in a way that feels ordinary at first. Kingdom connections rarely announce themselves. They do not arrive with dramatic signs or public declarations. They often come disguised as conversations, collaborations, or moments of service. This is why humility has been essential. Pride blinds discernment. Humility sharpens it. You are being trained to see value before validation. There was a moment in my own life when the door that changed everything looked smaller than the doors I had chased before. It did not come with immediate numbers, visibility, or applause, but it carried peace. It carried alignment, and over time it produced more stability and abundance than anything I had forced in the past. Looking back, I see that heaven was testing whether I would recognize substance over appearance. That same test is near you now. Anointed one, the person assigned to trigger your wealth transfer is not necessarily wealthy in the way the world defines wealth. They may not look powerful. They may not even realize the role they play at first, but they carry something you need access to: insight, network, authority, timing, favor. Sometimes the key is hidden in a humble hand, and only those trained by patience can receive it. This is why comparison has been such a trap for others, but never fit you. When you compare, you rush. When you rush, you bypass discernment. Heaven needed you free from that cycle. Your journey required a different pace, one where you could learn to trust process over pressure, alignment over acceleration. That trust is now becoming visible in how you move, how you speak, and how you decide. Chosen one, wealth transfer often begins when you stop trying to prove you deserve it. Proof is the language of insecurity. Alignment is the language of heaven. The person assigned to your transfer will not be impressed by your resume alone. They will be moved by your posture, your consistency, your ability to carry responsibility without entitlement. That posture has been forming in you quietly. Anointed One. There may be moments ahead where your obedience feels inconvenient, where saying no feels costly, where waiting feels uncomfortable. Do not interpret discomfort as disobedience. Some of the most expensive mistakes are avoided through moments of hesitation. Heaven is not withholding from you. Heaven is preserving you, and preservation is often uncomfortable before it becomes visible. Pay attention to what brings peace and what drains it. The assigned connection will not leave you anxious or confused. Even if the opportunity stretches you, it will not destabilize you. Kingdom alignment challenges without consuming. It stretches without breaking. It invites growth without demanding compromise. Trust that inner witness. It has been sharpened for this season. Chosen One, you are not being prepared to receive wealth alone. You are being prepared to steward influence. Influence changes environments. Influence shapes outcomes. And that level of responsibility requires a foundation deeper than ambition. Heaven has been building that foundation through everyday faithfulness, through choices no one applauded, through sacrifices no one saw, through obedience that felt unrewarded at the time. Anointed One, as you continue forward, resist the urge to explain yourself prematurely. Not everyone needs to understand your direction. Silence can be strategic. Let your fruit speak in time. The person assigned to your wealth transfer will not require excessive explanation. They will recognize alignment instinctively. When that moment comes, you will know, not through emotion alone, but through peace that settles deeply in your spirit. You are closer than you think, Chosen One. Not because you have done everything right, but because you have allowed heaven to shape you slowly and thoroughly. Remain surrendered, remain attentive, remain grounded. Alignment is not something you chase, it is something you stay ready for. And readiness is what you have been building step by step, even when it did not feel like progress. Chosen One. There is a sacred distinction you must understand in this season. Not every open door is an assignment, and not every opportunity is a blessing. Heaven is not impressed by access alone. Heaven watches alignment. That is why discernment has become heavier on your spirit lately. You feel it when something looks right but feels off. You sense it when an offer sounds promising but carries unrest beneath the surface. This is not fear, this is maturity. Anointed One, the closer you get to your wealth transfer, the more refined your perception must become. Elevation sharpens vision. The person assigned to trigger your wealth transfer will not pressure you. They will not rush you. They will not demand you compromise your peace. Kingdom doors do not need manipulation. They open because heaven breathes on them. And when heaven breathes, there is clarity, not confusion. I have learned this through moments that cost me time and humility. There were seasons when I mistook urgency for opportunity. I thought if I hesitated, I would lose momentum. But every time I moved without peace, I paid for it later. What looked like progress became repair. What felt like advancement became recovery. Heaven allowed those lessons not to shame me, but to teach me the value of restraint. Restraint protects destiny. Chosen One, pay attention to how your spirit reacts before your mind catches up. Discernment often speaks in whispers, not shouts. It shows up as a pause, a hesitation, a quiet inner check. When the assigned connection appears, there will be no need to override that inner voice. Peace will accompany the stretch. Confidence will follow the discomfort. And even if the step feels unfamiliar, it will not feel unsafe. Anointed One, wealth transfer requires trust on both sides. Just as you must be ready to receive, the person assigned to open the door must feel secure releasing what they carry. That trust is not built through performance. It is built through consistency, through watching how you handle small responsibilities, how you respond to correction, how you treat people who cannot benefit you. These observations happen quietly, often without your awareness, but they matter more than you realize. There were times when I assumed visibility was the key to opportunity. I thought if I could just be seen, more heard, more noticed, more doors would open faster. What I learned instead is that visibility without stability attracts the wrong attention. It brings people who want access to your gift without honoring your assignment. Heaven protected you from that exposure until your roots went deeper. That protection may have felt like delay, but it was wisdom. Chosen one. The person assigned to your wealth transfer will not be impressed by your ability to talk about your vision. They will be drawn to your ability to carry it without needing applause. Vision leaks through how you show up consistently, not how you explain yourself once. This is why heaven trained you in hiddenness. Hiddenness teaches you to move without validation, and that posture is rare. Anointed one. You may notice that your circle has become smaller. Conversations have become fewer but deeper. You are no longer energized by noise. This is not isolation. This is refinement. As elevation approaches, unnecessary voices fall away. Not because they are evil, but because they are incompatible with where you are going. The person assigned to your wealth transfer will not compete with your calling. They will recognize it. I want to speak honestly here. There were moments when letting go of familiar relationships felt like loss. I questioned whether I was being too guarded, too selective, too cautious. But time revealed the truth. Those relationships could not breathe at the altitude I was being led toward. Holding on would have cost me clarity. Letting go created capacity. Capacity is where new alignment enters. Chosen. One wealth transfer does not occur in crowded spaces. It requires focus, confidentiality, trust. The person assigned to you must feel that what flows through you will not be exposed, misused, or mishandled. That level of trust is built when you learn to carry silence as well as you carry vision. Silence is not absence, it is discipline. Anointed one. This season may test your patience more than your ability. Patience is the language of alignment. It signals to heaven that you are not driven by fear of missing out, but by confidence in timing. Heaven responds to that confidence. When you rush, you signal insecurity. When you wait with intention, you signal readiness. That signal is being noticed now. There is also a warning I must share with love. As you approach this transition, distractions may increase. Invitations that feel flattering but misaligned. Short-term gains that promise speed but require compromise. Do not confuse access with assignment. Everything that opens is not yours to enter. Some doors are lessons, others are traps. Discernment will tell you the difference. Chosen one. The assigned connection will not ask you to abandon your values to gain favor. They will not require you to shrink your integrity to expand your influence. If something demands that trade, it is not from heaven. Heaven does not fund what it does not authorize. And what heaven authorizes always aligns with who you are becoming, not who you used to be. Anointed one, remember this wealth transfer is not a finish line. It is a stewardship. What you receive will amplify what is already inside you. That is why heaven has been dealing with your inner world so deeply, healing old wounds, softening hard places, strengthening boundaries. The goal was never just to give you more, it was to make sure more would not damage you. There were seasons when I resisted this inner work. I wanted external movement without internal adjustment. But every time I ignored the inner work, the outer work became heavier. When I embraced it, Alignment followed naturally. You are experiencing that same shift now. Your inner world is quieter. Your reactions are slower. Your decisions are clearer. These are not accidents. They are preparations. Chosen one, trust what is forming. Trust what is falling away. Trust what feels unfamiliar but peaceful. You are not losing ground. You are gaining clarity. The person assigned to trigger your wealth transfer will recognize that clarity. They will feel safe releasing opportunity into your hands because your hands are steady. Remain attentive, remain humble, remain grounded. Alignment does not announce itself loudly. It reveals itself through peace that persists even when the path stretches you. You are not waiting for wealth to arrive. You are being prepared to receive it without losing yourself. And that preparation is the greatest evidence that heaven is already involved. Chosen one. There comes a moment in every divine transition when heaven shifts you from preparation into visibility. Not public visibility, but spiritual visibility. This is the phase where your life begins to register on the radar of those who are assigned to your future. You may not feel different on the outside, but something has changed in the unseen. Your name carries weight now. Your presence communicates stability. Your spirit speaks before your mouth does. Anointed one. This is why you must guard your posture carefully in this season. Posture is not about how confident you appear. It is about how surrendered you remain. Elevation has a way of tempting people to lean forward too quickly to reach before being invited. But kingdom elevation is drawn toward humility. It responds to those who are comfortable standing where heaven placed them without self-promotion. You are being noticed because you are not trying to be. I want to speak from experience here. There was a time when I sensed things shifting around me, but I misunderstood what that meant. I thought it was time to speak louder, to explain my value more clearly, to step into rooms uninvited. And every time I did that, the atmosphere shifted away from me. What I later learned was this: the moment heaven begins to highlight you, your responsibility is not to amplify yourself, but to remain anchored. Anchored people can be trusted with weight. Chosen one. The person assigned to trigger your wealth transfer is not looking for talent alone. Talent is common. They are looking for alignment. Alignment feels like steadiness, like someone who does not flinch under pressure, someone who can receive opportunity without becoming entitled, someone who understands that access is a privilege, not a right. Heaven has been cultivating this understanding in you through seasons where you had to wait without explanation. Anointed one, do not misinterpret this season of awareness as permission to relax your discipline. If anything, discipline matters more now than ever. The closer you get to elevation, the more subtle the tests become. You are no longer being tested on obvious temptations. You are being tested on restraint, on discretion, on how you handle influence before it multiplies. Small compromises now would create fractures later. Heaven is protecting you from that outcome. There is also something important you must release: the need to be understood by everyone. As your assignment becomes clearer, misunderstanding often increases. Not because you are wrong, but because not everyone is meant to comprehend what you carry. Clarity is selective. It is revealed to those with permission. The person assigned to your wealth transfer will understand you without excessive explanation. They will sense alignment instinctively. Chosen one. You may notice that conversations around you are changing. People ask different questions now. They listen more closely. They watch how you respond. This is not paranoia. This is discernment. Observation precedes invitation. People with resources do not move impulsively. They observe quietly. They study patterns. They notice how you carry yourself when nothing is promised. You are being observed more than you realize. I remember a season when I felt like nothing was happening, yet I later learned decisions were being made about me in rooms I had never entered. That is how alignment works. Heaven does not always move in your presence. Sometimes it moves on your behalf. The person assigned to trigger your wealth transfer may already know of you before you know of them. This is why consistency has mattered so much. You were building a reputation in the unseen. Anointed One, as this transition unfolds, resist the urge to overcommit. Not every invitation deserves your yes. Not every request deserves your energy. Stewardship begins with boundaries. Boundaries protect alignment. The higher the calling, the more intentional your choices must become. Saying no is not rejection. It is protection. Protection of focus, protection of peace, protection of timing. Chosen One, heaven is also teaching you how to receive. This may sound simple, but many struggle here. You have learned how to give, how to sacrifice, how to carry weight for others. Receiving requires a different kind of humility. It means allowing yourself to be supported without guilt, to be favored without apology, to be elevated without shrinking. This is not arrogance, it is agreement with heaven. There were moments in my own journey when receiving felt uncomfortable. I questioned whether I deserved it, whether it was too much, whether it would change how people saw me. But resisting blessing does not make you noble, it makes you misaligned. When heaven sends provision, it expects agreement, not resistance. You are learning that now. Learning to say yes without overthinking. Learning to trust that what arrives is authorized. Anointed One. The person assigned to your wealth transfer is not intimidated by your growth. They are drawn to it. They do not see your confidence as a threat. They recognize it as readiness. This is why comparison has been losing its grip on you. Comparison dissolves when assignment becomes clear. You no longer need to measure yourself against others because you understand your lane carries different responsibilities. Chosen One. This season also requires discernment in speech. What you say matters more now. Words create atmosphere. Loose words can dilute alignment. This does not mean you become silent out of fear, but intentional out of wisdom. Speak life, speak vision, speak gratitude. Avoid complaint even when frustration arises. Complaining reveals entitlement. Gratitude reveals stewardship. Heaven responds to gratitude. There will be moments when you feel the urge to rush clarity, to demand answers about timing. Resist that urge. Timing is not negotiated, it is revealed. The person assigned to trigger your wealth transfer will appear at the intersection of readiness and opportunity. You cannot force that intersection. You can only arrive prepared, and preparation is what you have been doing faithfully. Anointed One, let me remind you of something crucial. Wealth transfer is not the destination. It is a tool to expand impact, to restore what was broken, to build what others could not. Heaven does not elevate for display. It elevates for assignment. The clarity you have gained about why you are being elevated will protect you when the weight increases. Purpose stabilizes blessing. Chosen One, remain grounded in this truth. You are not becoming someone else. You are becoming more yourself, more aligned, more focused, more anchored. Elevation does not erase your humanity, it refines it. The person assigned to your wealth transfer will recognize this authenticity. They will trust you because you are not pretending to be ready. You are ready. Stay attentive. Stay surrendered, stay steady. You are walking into a phase where alignment becomes tangible, not loud, not rushed, but undeniable. And as heaven continues to orchestrate this transition, your role remains simple and profound. Remain who you are becoming and let alignment do the rest. Chosen one. There is a subtle shift that happens just before heaven releases something significant. It is not dramatic. It does not announce itself loudly. It feels like quiet confidence replacing restless anticipation. This is the moment when striving finally loses its grip and trust takes its place. You may sense it now, a calm settling in your spirit, not because everything is clear, but because you no longer need everything to be. Anointed one, this is the season where surrender becomes your greatest strength. Not passive surrender, but active alignment. You are no longer asking, how do I make this happen? You are asking, how do I stay positioned? That question changes everything. It shifts your energy from force to flow, from control to cooperation with heaven, and heaven responds quickly to cooperation. There is a truth that must be spoken plainly. Many people miss their wealth transfer not because they were unqualified, but because they refused to release control. They wanted the blessing on their terms, in their timing, through familiar patterns. But kingdom increase rarely comes through familiar routes. It often arrives through obedience that stretches you beyond what feels reasonable. You have been learning this lesson slowly, intentionally, so that when the moment comes, you do not resist it. Chosen one, surrender does not mean disengagement. It means you stop wrestling with outcomes and start stewarding posture. Your posture now matters more than your plans. Heaven is less concerned with your strategy and more attentive to your spirit. A steady spirit can be trusted with sudden increase. A surrendered heart can be trusted with influence. That steadiness has been forming in you through seasons that felt uneventful but were deeply formative. Anointed one, the person assigned to trigger your wealth transfer, is sensitive to this posture. They can feel when someone is grasping versus grounded. They can sense when ambition is driving the interaction instead of alignment. This is why you must remain present, not performative. Let your life speak. Let your consistency speak. Let your peace speak. Those signals are louder than any pitch you could deliver. I want to share something from lived experience. There was a time when I thought readiness meant having all the answers. I felt pressure to present myself as complete, polished, and unshakable. But the truth is, the doors that mattered most opened when I allowed myself to be honest about where I was without diminishing where I was going. Authenticity created trust. Trust created access. And access created opportunity that no performance ever could. Chosen one, heaven is also teaching you to release old narratives about struggle. You learned endurance in hard seasons, but endurance is not your permanent posture. You were trained to survive, but now you are being invited to steward. Survival demands constant vigilance. Stewardship requires calm authority. This transition can feel uncomfortable because peace may feel unfamiliar after long seasons of pressure. Do not mistake peace for complacency. Peace is a sign of alignment. Anointed one. There may be moments where you question whether you are doing enough. When those thoughts arise, pause. Ask yourself whether they come from faith or fear. Faith invites obedience. Fear demands control. The season you are in responds to faith. Obedience now may look simpler than you expected. Show up, be consistent, stay available, remain teachable. These are not small things, they are foundations. Chosen. One, wealth transfer often accelerates when you stop negotiating with heaven. Negotiation says, I will trust if. Surrender says, I trust because. Heaven responds to surrender because it signals agreement with timing. Agreement unlocks flow. Flow creates momentum that does not exhaust you. You are learning to move without resistance, to act without anxiety. That internal alignment is creating external shifts, even if you cannot see them yet. Anointed One, let go of the need to announce your readiness. Readiness does not require witnesses. Heaven sees it. The assigned person senses it. When the moment comes, recognition will be natural, not forced. You will not need to convince. You will be invited. Invitations are the language of alignment. They arrive without pressure. They feel right, even when they stretch you. There is also an invitation for you to release guilt around wanting more. Wanting increase does not make you ungrateful. It makes you responsible. Heaven places desire in you as a signal of capacity. You are not desiring wealth for vanity, but for impact. That matters. Intent matters. Heaven distinguishes between craving and calling. Your desire is connected to calling. That is why it has persisted without corrupting you. Chosen One surrender also means trusting the process, even when it challenges your preferences. The assigned connection may not look how you imagined. The opportunity may not arrive in the packaging you expected. Remain open. Discernment does not require rigidity. It requires attentiveness. Sometimes heaven surprises you to stretch your capacity to receive. Stay flexible without compromising values. Flexibility allows flow. Anointed One, continue to honor the small responsibilities placed in your hands now. How you manage them reflects how you will manage more. Stewardship scales, integrity scales, discipline scales. Heaven watches patterns, not promises. You have been faithful in ways that felt unnoticed. Those patterns are now speaking on your behalf. There may be moments where old fears resurface as this transition approaches. Fear of loss, fear of visibility, fear of responsibility. Do not judge yourself for these feelings. Acknowledge them, then release them. Fear often appears just before breakthrough, not to stop you, but to test whether you will move anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is obedience in its presence. Chosen One, remember that wealth transfer is not a single moment. It is a shift in trajectory. It begins with alignment and continues with stewardship. You are not stepping into a miracle you cannot maintain. You are stepping into a flow that matches who you have become. Heaven does not overwhelm those it elevates. It equips them. Anointed One, allow gratitude to remain central in your spirit. Gratitude anchors you. It keeps your heart soft as your influence grows. Thankfulness protects you from entitlement and preserves joy. Speak gratitude often not as ritual, but as recognition of how far you have come. Recognition fuels humility. Humility sustains alignment. Chosen One, you are not waiting for permission anymore. You are waiting for timing, and timing is not late. It is precise. Every step you took, every season you endured, every adjustment you made has been shaping this moment. Remain surrendered. Remain attentive. Remain grounded. Heaven is responding to your posture, and alignment is continuing to unfold quietly, powerfully, and right on time. Chosen One, there is a sacred threshold you cross when preparation turns into authorization. It is the moment when heaven no longer needs to refine you through resistance, because alignment has settled deeply within you. This is not a feeling of arrival. It is a recognition of readiness. You may sense it as clarity without urgency, confidence without noise, movement without force. This is how heaven signals that the transfer is not hypothetical anymore. It is active. Anointed One authorization does not announce itself publicly. It registers internally first. You begin to move differently. You listen more than you speak. You respond instead of react. You make decisions with an ease that surprises you. This is not because pressure disappeared, but because pressure no longer controls you. Heaven trusts those who are not ruled by anxiety, and trust is what releases access. I want to speak plainly here. Wealth transfer does not happen to impress you. It happens to empower you. Heaven does not fund ego. It funds obedience. It funds clarity. It funds assignment. That is why this final stretch of your journey has focused so much on who you are becoming rather than what you are gaining. Heaven was not withholding provision. It was securing purpose. Chosen one. The person assigned to trigger your wealth transfer does not carry curiosity about you. They carry conviction. They are not wondering whether you are capable. They are discerning whether you are aligned. Capability opens doors temporarily. Alignment sustains them. This is why heaven trained you to carry weight quietly, to hold responsibility without resentment, to remain grounded when others panicked. Those qualities are now speaking louder than anything you could say. Anointed one. Understand this authorization often comes disguised as responsibility. It may look like more is expected of you without immediate explanation. More trust, more discretion, more maturity. Do not interpret this as pressure. It is evidence that you are being entrusted with greater influence. Heaven increases responsibility before it increases visibility. Those who can carry the weight privately can be trusted publicly. There was a moment in my own journey when I realized the shift had already happened before I noticed it. People began consulting me differently. Opportunities arrived without me chasing them. Decisions were offered instead of requested. It did not feel dramatic. It felt natural. That is how authorization works. When heaven authorizes you, things align around you without resistance. Chosen one. This is why you must remain vigilant against subtle pride. Pride does not always show up as arrogance. Sometimes it shows up as self-reliance, as the belief that now you can handle things on your own. But alignment must be maintained the same way it was established through surrender. The moment you stop listening is the moment alignment begins to erode. Stay teachable, stay anchored, stay connected to the source. Anointed one. You are entering a phase where your yes carries more weight. Agreements matter more now. Commitments echo further. Be intentional with your words. Be deliberate with your promises. Heaven honors integrity deeply. What you commit to, you must be willing to steward fully. Overcommitting dilutes focus. Focus preserves flow. Chosen one. The wealth transfer you are approaching will test your boundaries as much as your faith. There will be requests for access, attention, and availability. Not all of them are assignments. Discernment must remain active. You are not obligated to say yes to everything good in order to protect what is best. Boundaries are not barriers, they are guides. They keep alignment intact. Anointed one, allow me to address something important. Some people will misunderstand your elevation. They may interpret your clarity as distance, your boundaries as coldness, your focus as pride. This is a familiar pattern. Elevation changes how people relate to you. Do not internalize misinterpretation. Stay rooted in truth. Those assigned to your future will understand you. Others are not required to. Chosen one. Wealth transfer also brings exposure to new environments. Rooms where expectations are higher, standards are sharper, conversations are more consequential. Do not shrink to fit these spaces. You were prepared for them. You do not need to become someone else to belong. You belong because alignment placed you there. Carry yourself accordingly. Anointed one. Remember that heaven's economy operates on trust, not control. The more you trust heaven's leading, the more fluid alignment becomes. Control creates friction. Trust creates flow. You are learning to release outcomes and focus on obedience. That posture will continue to protect you as influence increases. Chosen one, this is also the season to honor those who supported you quietly. Gratitude anchors your heart and keeps you connected to humility. Acknowledge where you came from without dwelling there. Honor without attachment. Appreciate without obligation. Gratitude keeps your spirit light as your responsibilities grow. Anointed one. Wealth transfer is not the end of dependence on heaven. It is the beginning of deeper partnership. With more comes greater need for discernment, wisdom, and restraint. You are not meant to navigate this alone. Stay connected to what grounded you before the increase. Prayer, reflection, stillness. These are not optional. They are stabilizers. There may be moments ahead where the pace accelerates unexpectedly. Decisions come faster. Opportunities stack quickly. In those moments, return to the stillness you learned in preparation. Do not let momentum replace discernment. Speed is not the goal. Sustainability is. Heaven does not rush what it intends to preserve. Chosen one. Let me leave you with this truth. You were not chosen because you were perfect. You were chosen because you were willing to be shaped, willing to wait, willing to surrender control, willing to grow without applause. That willingness has now matured into readiness. Readiness attracts authorization. Authorization releases transfer. Anointed one, remain steady, remain grateful, remain surrendered. What heaven has aligned will not unravel. What has been authorized will not be withdrawn. Your role is not to strive, but to steward, not to prove, but to remain aligned. The transfer you are approaching is not just financial, it is positional. It marks a shift in how you move, how you influence, and how you carry responsibility. Chosen one, you are not stepping into something fragile. You are stepping into something prepared. Heaven does not improvise, it orchestrates, and you have been part of that orchestration every step of the way. Walk forward with confidence rooted in humility. Let alignment continue to guide you. What has been assigned to you will arrive right on time, and you will be ready to carry it well. Chosen one. As this word comes to rest upon your spirit, know that nothing you have heard today is delayed, symbolic, or distant. What heaven has spoken is already moving. The alignment you have been prepared for is active. The connection assigned to your life is not confused, not late, and not blocked. You are standing in your Kairos moment, the exact window where preparation and appointment meet. Anointed one, I declare over you peace instead of pressure, clarity instead of confusion, and confidence instead of striving. You are not reaching for this transfer, it is locating you. Heaven has weighed your heart, refined your posture, and confirmed your readiness. What is unfolding now will not require force. It will arrive with recognition, trust, and divine ease. Remain faithful in your positioning. Stay aligned with what keeps your spirit steady. Do not rush. Do not retreat. Walk forward with gratitude, knowing that what has been authorized cannot be reversed. The anointing upon your life is drawing the right people, the right conversations, and the right opportunities at the right time. Chosen one, receive this blessing. May your discernment remain sharp, your heart remain humble, and your hands remain open to steward what is coming. This is not an ending. This is a commissioning. If this word resonated deeply, you may leave a simple confirmation in the comments. And if you feel led, stay connected with this channel and share where you are watching from. Walk in peace. Walk in alignment. What heaven has set in motion is already on its way.